Alright, let's try this. This is the fork part of the high-low. There's a cylinder here that the spring and the detent ball goes into, and there's a hole down through here to push the ball in, and then you got to try to get this bolt down through there over the spring. This is the top part. This goes on top of the fork part when it goes into the transmission, so the bolt is going to come through this way. There's two detent notches right here. One's going to be for when it's in high and one's going to be for when it's in low. I hope you can see that. Alright, I'm going to lock this in gently. And here's the spring. I'm going to push that down in through there. That goes into the cylinder. And I'm going to drop, there's a 1/4 inch steel ball bearing. I'm going to put that on there. And then I'm going to take a smaller than, this is one size less than 3/16 actually, to take and push that ball down in far enough so that I can get this down through here. I don't know. Get that to slide by. Oh, it's gotta be down here. Oh, it's nice. Try a smaller Allen wrench. Okay. I got it caught, but I got to get past this lip now. Alright, we're in. Okay, now we're ready for the next part. I've got the low side of the transmission here. I'm going to try tilting this forward here a little bit so you can see a little better. The first thing that happens, this is the mechanism that sits inside that fork and goes in, and your handle for shifting is this. And that goes here like this, and it slides in through this hole. And I can take the handle at this point. Slide that on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a punch through it once I line up the holes here. It's all getting old, you need glasses. Alright, now I got this pin. There's a roll pin that goes in here in the long run. Okay. Then you take this guy, and this goes right in here, like this, and you're going to pound this through. Till it's flush with the outside of the case, and I can feel the hole. And I want to feel that till it's flush. Just a couple more taps. Maybe one. Alright. And it spins like that. Okay. Now I'm going to take this assembly that I just put together. It's got the spring in here, got the detent ball pinching it and everything else. That goes into this threaded hole here. Come here, you. And you can see this fork lines up with the input shaft here. You're going to torque this to 12 to 17 foot-pounds. Okay. That be torqued. Now, there's a thrust washer. There's nothing more than I don't even think it's a 16th. It's a thrust washer. That goes down here over the hole. You gotta lift up on this gear a little bit. slide that in place. Over your input shaft hole. Now we have a fork here that goes on this fork, and I believe the groove goes down, so it's going to go like this. And I'm going to try to check and make sure this works. I know this ball is going to be tight. You know what I didn't do? I didn't interlock that thing. Arr! Alright. Well, that's the mistake. Take this out. Dang it. I should redo this one thing. Yeah, maybe it's good to see me struggle. Come on. And what I didn't do was there's a notch here that this has got to go in. Duh. Which makes the lever work. Dipstick, I don't believe I did that. I knew better. It's the camera. You're looking at the camera and you're trying to do stuff in a timely manner, and guess what? Okay, I got it at about 15 foot-pounds. Now, there we go. That's what we want. Thrust washers in place, and this thing goes up and down. All right. This is your high-low shifter. Okay, now I'm going to put it down. I think it might be easier, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe not. Now, what did I do with that fork here? Oh, here it is. Alright, groove down. That goes in here. Thrust washer lines up. And then what happens is, here's your input shaft. Input pulley goes on here. this slides down through this. And it seats with this bottom gear. And then this will stay here like this. And then you take this here and slide that in, and it seats down on top of those gears. You ready to turn the input shaft? Yeah. And I'm just making sure everything works, and it does. Alright, that was easy, huh? But that's your high-low. That's that part of it. I'm going to stop the video here, and the next thing that happens is I'm going to put all the rest of it together, and only because of time restraints, but that's the high-low mechanism on this 6-speed. When can you have so much fun? Alright, back in the next installment.